Good morning, everybody. Sound check, please. Carlos, David, thank you. Nelson also. Jose, thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Paula, good morning to you and everybody with you in the Spanish room. Andrea also. Great to have you all here. So, thanks, everybody. I'm not going to, won't manage to name check everyone. Thank you so much. Darcel, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's amazing how fast the time flies when it's holiday time. Andrea, thank you. Okay, so today is not going to be a normal Wednesday morning. I'm just, apologies, just getting this. This is the link, if I can get this copied. This is the link for the session that Dan did yesterday, for those of you who may have missed it. Thank you, Philippe. So, yeah, it's great to be back. Times of change are upon us. So, even though I have started with the projector and the platform up on display, today is not going to be about trading. For those of you who may be unaware at this time, we are scheduled, now I say scheduled, hopefully, we're going to have everything up and running for tomorrow morning, or at some stage during tomorrow, so that we can do the migration to the Sterling platform. And the plan is that there will be live morning, and on my scheduled afternoons, there will be live afternoon platform training also. Here's a brief update, folks, for those of you who missed it earlier. So here's the plan. Tomorrow, we migrate to Sterling. There will be live instruction on platform setup in the equity trading room. So I have updated this equity trading room cover. And let me just find this in the list. Here we go, October. And let me get this open also. So we will be, Dan will be doing the mornings, and I'm just going to get the schedule up so that I can talk intelligently about it rather than try to rely upon my memory. Here we go. So there was, those of you who got the original update before these changes were announced, there was a whole list of lessons planned, but I've had to scrap those, at least just temporarily. It's not permanent, but we need to get the platform set up, done. We need traders to be very familiar with how it works. So there's no point in me trying to do stops and all of that other good platform related stuff whilst we're trying to get used to this. Carmen, I don't recall if Dan said specifically yesterday, but I'd be very surprised if they were not recorded. I can't commit to saying they will be because that's outside of my purview, but they should be. I would be very surprised if they're not. There is also some material. Let me just 1 second. Let me find these. For those of you who want to, there are a couple of useful links that will maybe help you get a little bit ahead of this event tomorrow. Oh, 1 second. Let me just clarify on my end, sorry, simply because one of these is a little bit redundant and one of them is smack up to date. I don't want to post the wrong one in. Yeah, okay, so this is the 2020 release, and then also this item might be of some help. So you can copy and paste those onto your own computers, and follow up on those if you just as a way to get ahead a little bit. But we're going to be covering everything in detail over the next, effectively a week and a half, certainly the next 7 trading days, right through to the 16th. There's not going to be any active trading in this room. It's all going to be platform training. And then Monday the 19th is when the trading record will resume, and it will resume based upon the trading that will take place on Sterling, no longer Fusion. So that updated, this will be updated also as we work through this. I just need to know that we are completely done by the 16th before putting in any other topics in that list of afternoon lessons. And it will take as long as it takes until everybody is on board and has a fully functioning setup and ready to go. So with all of that said as the preamble, we're not going to be trying to trade on Fusion today. So what I'm going to do is, Mohit, if they won't open, please email me to paul@ifundtraders.com and I will send them to you. And just put Sterling links in the subject line, please, so as I know what the request is for. Yeah, that'll be the pop-up blockers. It's just, thank you, Tim. Yeah, it's just dependent upon the browser settings as to whether or not they will open. Edward, welcome. First day. Yes, we are. That is exactly correct, and that's a process that's going to start tomorrow and run through until the 16th. It is my pleasure. Thank you. Yeah, it's one of those things. Timing. The reason that we were not able to be absolutely definitive earlier was that we need to know that, when, as Dan has said many times, when he commits to a date, he needs to know that it's rock solid. By all means, Mohit, no problem at all. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, so what we're going to do is this, because here's, people can get, lots of people don't particularly like change. That's completely understandable. Personally, I have always found that in life it is generally easier to just embrace the change that is coming rather than to try to resist it. But change is not always something that people necessarily enjoy. Thomas should be good to go from tomorrow morning. Indeed, Jose, indeed it is. Okay. So tomorrow morning is what we're looking at. Ranjit, yeah, it's all part of the fun. It's no problem at all. Jesse, yes. So the good news is exactly, Bill, we're totally embrace it. It is definitely the path of least resistance to embrace it. So the good news is that while the platform may be changing and is changing, the methodology is not. So what I'm going to do for the bulk of this morning up until around 11 o'clock, 11:15, is going to utilize the images in my playbook, and we're going to just do a recap on some of the items in terms of the of Oliver's methodology. So we're going to look at patterns, pattern recognition. Dan did a great lecture yesterday morning on this, and again, I'll rather than put it in the announcement, I'll just post it again into the chat for anybody who missed it. And here we go. Again, can be copied and pasted. Absolutely, Alfred, that is so true. Excellent, Melvin. Thank you for that feedback. That's good to know. Martin, I do not have any information regarding costs other than what Dan has put into the room. And that is, and I don't want to misquote because I didn't hear all of it. Unfortunately, Ruth, this can't, I'm sorry to say. Dan is the one with the recording rights and privileges in this room. And so unfortunately this won't be. Lisa, the link is good. It's just the pop-up blockers. So kindly email me to paul@ifundtraders.com. Ivan, that's not correct. And I wouldn't put it quite in those terms. So let me repost these couple of items from earlier so that we can see how this is going to work. And it's important that, and this, Ivan, you know I appreciate the question. There's absolutely no problem with traders asking the questions, and I'm very grateful because it gives me a chance to recap and to further clarify. So in essence, your question is correct, but I wouldn't put it in those terms. So what I would say is that on Thursday, that we are going to be migrating to the Sterling Trading Tech platform. That will be done, I would imagine, through an installer link that is going to be posted into the IFT Control Center. Then we'll be demonstrating even that part of the process tomorrow. So what's happening then is that the trading record in the new platform, starting from tomorrow through until Friday the 16th, none of that will count toward the trading record. So traders are going to effectively get a free 7-day period, although obviously it's going to be in total a 9-day period, including the weekend, to get used to the platform, to hit the keys as many times as you want within the constraints of the buying power and the lot size, which are not changing. And so it's that part, Ivan, that effectively turns it into a free demo. So I appreciate the question. It's great. Alberto, I would strongly encourage anybody who's in Fusion and trying to trade it today to not do so, simply because, as Dan made clear on Monday morning, and as it's posted in the IFT control centers, where it's strongly encouraging traders not to trade. Any trades that are taken this up to and including tomorrow, or at least certainly today, will count towards the trading record, including the losses if incurred because of issues with Fusion. So strongly encourage traders not to do that. No, I appreciate these questions are great, folks, and I'm going to keep taking the questions until I've answered everybody's question, and then we can move on to detailed look at the setups. For our brand new traders, this .pdf will help answer some of the very basic setup questions that you have. So Edward, thank you very much for that feedback also. That's good to know. And Ivan, I hope that answers your question. Okay, thank you so much. Dana, no, you do not, because you will not be able to transfer any of the saved or stored Fusion information directly into Sterling, which is why we're going to take the time to take that 7-day period to work through the platform setup and train traders on the use of it. So there will be a new stock list coming with the new platform. So there's no need to do that to try to carry across. Now, one thing that traders can do, and one thing that I would encourage traders to do, is to while it's still available, to log into Fusion, not to trade it, but to take screen grabs, take screen captures of your layout, so that when you come to build your Sterling layout, and you may want to try to get it close to your existing Fusion layout, then having a photographic record, or at least, yeah, I guess photographic records, old school, it'll do, would give you some basis to work on in terms of being able to build the Sterling layout close to how your existing layout is. So, Oscar, I'm not apprised of that information yet, so I can't make any comment, any intelligent comment on that. Okay, so Dana, thanks. Yes, I appreciate it. So by all means, take the screen, open it up, take the screen grabs. So, I mean, I don't know what technologies individuals use. I actually just use Paint, which is, well, is you sort of take, if I go if I do Control Print Screen, just to give you an idea, folks, then I can open up the free to use Paint program, drop it into, or paste it into the Paint program. Now this is, I'm only doing this just to, it's a quick demonstration. You can see that having just done that, I've just captured the two screens that are on view, and of course the stuff that's not in view sitting on the left side. So by doing that, you're going to save yourselves an awful lot of effort, should I say, in doing that. So there's Gustavo, thank you. There's Camtasia, there's Snippet. There's a snipping tool in Windows, whatever it is that works for you. Garnet, to do it on a PC, what I do is when you press the Control and the print screen key together, it will save all of your desktop info. Now I can't simply pay, well, let's see, one second, what have I got here? Let's see. Okay, so there you go. You can see the chat on my top left monitor. As I move down to the lower left side, you can, as a lower right side, I should say, you can see the, this is what you're seeing on the projector, these two charts. So that's how to do it in Windows. I do not know how to do stuff like that or anything else, by the way, on a Mac. So my apologies about that. So Min, no need. Please do not download Fusion again. So let me scroll back up, just trying to catch these questions. Theodore, the ETR cover, October 2020, gives you the detailed information, but Eastern, sharp. That's the normal afternoon start time. And you can download that .pdf from the documents folder. Jess, that's exactly right. Ranjit, nobody, okay, Ranjit, thank you for that. Simply because no IFT trader has access to the IFT Pro installer link, and just on that, going forward, this platform is not going to be called Sterling, the new one. It's going to be called IFT Pro. And there is no installer link for IFT traders for that. Now, of course, it's entirely possible that traders could have, and there's no reason not to have, perhaps in the past or the recent past, gone and downloaded, installed a Sterling free trial. I'm not sure if it's for a week or a month. So yeah, that's great advice. If you have done that, I would strongly advise on installing any Sterling iteration that you have, and absolutely on installing Fusion after you take the screen grab. There's no need to retain Fusion on your, for Sterling should be, and please note Dan, details. I mean, Dan has been running this completely, and I'm not involved with that, and I'm very grateful. not to be involved with that. So Dan's at 97%, and that's where I'll be happy to be also. For traders, this is for everybody. These are the Fusion on-install instructions. It is not sufficient to simply use the Windows on-install a program item out of the Fusion, out of the Windows control panel. You need to follow these on-install instructions to completely remove Fusion from your computer. And so I would ask everybody to either download that from here or email me to paul@ifundtraders.com, and we will I will send that to you. That is the correct way to completely remove Fusion from your computer. So let's see. Again, I know I'm behind on the questions. I've scrolled back up, and I will get through this list. So I appreciate the questions, folks, because hopefully the answers are not only providing clarity for the person who has asked, but for everybody in the room also. So Min, got your answer. Chris, the download link should be available in the IFT control centers tomorrow morning. Bill, there will be no access to Fusion. What traders can do, let me do this just quickly. Let me minimize this. What you can do, if you want to keep a record of your own trader keys, you can go settings, trader keys, and simply take a screen grab. Now these are my custom keys, folks. This is not the standard layout. So let me swap this over. But if you can simply take a screen grab, again, I'm going to just use the free to use snipping tool. Comes with Windows, works fine. I can just take that. There it is. I can now save that. So I've got a list of my own personal custom hotkeys. And you can do that for any items, any settings that you need to get. And let me cancel that. So great question, Bill. Yeah, you will not be able to access anything from Fusion. So screen grabs of the layout, screen grabs, if like me, and of course it's traders are encouraged, once they are sufficiently confident in knowing how to create custom hotkeys. I don't understand your question about what about the stop loss? Does it apply during this period? I'm not sure what that is referring to. What I can tell you is that any trading done between the 8th and the 16th is not going to count towards the trading record. And I mean, we've done that. Chris, Bill, Ivan were good. Robert, I would strongly advise that traders should do that. I know of situations, not relating to sterling, but I know of situations where traders have had Fusion installed on their computer, and then they've gone and installed a different broker account platform that's not Fusion. And I'm aware that there have been conflicts that have arisen from that. Now, it's not widespread. It's only in 1 or 2 cases, but I would strongly encourage traders that the correct way to do this before installing Fusion, before installing Sterling, that's going to take a while to clear. I would strongly encourage everybody to uninstall Fusion. In fact, I would suggest that you do it before the close of business today, because there is no need, no reason to have Fusion still on your computer. And then you want to uninstall it fully, remove every last vestige as per the uninstall instructions. And then, so let me see, where have I got to? So thanks, Robert. Great question. Alberto. Alberto, your question is Sterling is going to be implemented across the board. There will be no Fusion 5.1 practice platforms. That will become Sterling practice, or sorry, IFT Pro practice platform. Berna, tomorrow we'll have a maximum loss per day and the week the platform. Berna, forgive me, I'm not quite grasping what it is you're asking. Traders should not be trading in Fusion this week at all. Dan was crystal clear on Monday morning that any losses incurred will stand, whether it was a trading loss or a platform issue loss in Fusion. So from tomorrow until the 16th inclusive, any trading done will not be recorded, so you don't have to worry about losing trades. What I don't know is if the filters, and I would expect they will be, I expect that the parameters, you could still only lose up to $300 a day, only use a maximum of 5 lots, but it's time to get up to speed with the platform. Oscar, thank you. Great stuff, Dana. Thanks, Philippe. Oscar, Gustavo, appreciate it. Excellent, Gustavo. Thank you for that. Garnett. Oh, yeah, we did that on the screen grabs. Demo traders. For traders in the sim mode who are trading towards the graduation goal, for traders who are currently using a Fusion practice platform, all of that will migrate over to Sterling, and once we're through the testing period and the training period, you will just pick it up and continue to trade as normal. I hope that answers your question. Ranjit, so that's a great question. Just for those of you who probably aren't seeing it, Ranjit saying, I'm waiting for my graduation login details. So am I allowed to practice from tomorrow? That is a great question that I do not know the answer to. But I'm going to give you my opinion, which is if you have already achieved the graduation target and you're waiting for your live side logins, then I would email. I know Dan's very busy. Bill, I don't know if you've got your ears on, my friend. Do you know the answer to Ranjit's question? Let me repost this down below. I don't know if Bill can hear me or not. Let's see. Okay, Ranjit, I simply can't give you a satisfactory answer. That's an area that I am not involved in. So what I'm not sure if Bill will be able to join us or not, but if he can, I would ask Bill that question. He would know the answer to that. So apologies. Matt, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back up, Matt. I'll come back to that because I am trying to get through this in order. And folks, this is great. These questions are absolutely fantastic. Thrilled that you are asking them. And to the very best of my ability, where I know categorically you will get a full answer. If I don't know, I will tell you. And Ranjit's question is one of those or I simply don't know. Garnet, sorry, I don't know what you mean. Don't know where the print button is. Sorry. If you want to repost, Garnet, let me know if that is for PC or for Mac. I will let you know when I get down. Michael, thank you. Too kind. Yeah, it's great to be back. Joseph, can we open at the same time? No, you cannot, is my understanding. It can only, Fusion could be opened simultaneously, across 2, 3, 4, or 5 different computers and locations. My understanding is that Sterling does not have that flexibility, and you can only open one instance at a time. Now, what I mean by that is, if you have one account and you're looking to open that one account on 2 different computers, you cannot do that. If you have multiple instances of the same account across different computers. Thanks for those responses to Garnet's question. Appreciate that. Diego, there will be reports. I don't know how they're going to be formatted. So they'll be similar in the sense that, yes, you will have a trading record, but I cannot say if they will be similar in how they're presented or if they're going to be presented in a different format. Chris, it will be, sorry, my expectation is that the link to install Sterling will be posted into the IFT control centers at some stage during tomorrow morning. Did I comment? I don't know what I said today too. I may well have misspoken, but the go date is scheduled for the 8th. And from the 8th to the 16th inclusive, any trading that is done will not count towards the trading record. Oh, Bill, sorry, Bill, you can see how far behind I'm only getting to Bill's post now. Now up to 98.6% confidence. That's great. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate the humor in that. Mohit, that's exactly right. You don't want to save your saved Fusion layout will not work in Sterling, but taking a screen capture of your layout will help you to build something very similar in Sterling without having to work too hard on trying to remember. Brian, I cannot say with certainty because I do not know the answer to your question. Will our Sterling login and password be the same as Fusion? We will find out tomorrow, I guess. And thank you for that. Brandon, yeah, I appreciate the humor in your post, but just to reiterate, I really must encourage. I cannot insist, of course, but I must encourage traders to uninstall Fusion, and I would strongly encourage you to uninstall Fusion from your computer or computers before 8 p.m. Eastern, before the normal shutdown time of Fusion. And David, appreciate that too. So I would do it when we get finished here. I would do it after lunch. I would just clear it out. Shouldn't be trading on it anyway. That is correct, Melina. That is the current set of uninstall instructions. 0617 is correct. Harumi, congrats. There is someone well ahead of the curve. Great job. Thank you. John, that's awesome. It's great to see the humor in the room. Greatly appreciated. Brilliant. Thank you, Brian. Cheers, Chris. Yes, Vishal, there's no problem for traders in Sterling to have their own custom keys. The only proviso is that if somebody is not confident and is not competent in a menu-driven environment, then it's best not to try to attempt to create custom keys unless one knows what one is doing. It's not a complicated process, and it's something that eventually I'll put together a training video on, but it's not going to be a priority. But for anybody who is confident and competent in creating their own custom keys, absolutely no restriction in that regard, Vishal. Thank you. Laksham, that has been the ongoing issue. I cannot take a look. There is no fix for that. It is why Fusion is being replaced by Sterling, scheduled for tomorrow. And so in that case, I would just suggest that you shut it down, uninstall it, and forget about it, because we're migrating over to Sterling, scheduled tomorrow morning. Ronald, thank you for the clarification. Those will still apply. Yeah, this is only a change of platform. It is not a change of trading parameters. It's not a change in buying power. So I fully expect those to be in place, even though traders are free to trade, because the trading record is not being counted from the 8th to the 16th. But all of the existing trading parameters that we trade with, yeah, those are absolutely still going to be in play. Thank you for the question. Brian, yeah, I mean, they're of absolutely no benefit to anybody but me, and it's absolutely no problem. I mean, that's not the full list. The list is like this. So it gives me the versatility that I want, and then just clicking on there, you can see the detail of bid 10 cents under the inside bid. That's how I have it set up for me. But that's not going to be of any particular help for anybody else. Those are my custom keys. And let's see, Brian, the default. Okay, I should have done this. Let me do this. Let me go settings, layouts. Nope. Sorry. Let me so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to load a layout from file. It's an older layout that's going to have the default IFT keys, and I'll bring those into view then when I've done this. It'll only take a moment or two for me to do this. Okay, this should be it. Okay. All right, I can let me resize the projector would be the way to do this, rather than trying to drag everything down and into the view. So I'll simply drop the projector momentarily, reposition, and then we'll pick up the questions again. Okay, so stop screen sharing. And let's go with it. It might take a couple of attempts, just depending upon how cooperative the projector decides to be with my attempt to reposition the projection area. Okay, looks like it's being pretty, yep, here we go. Pretty cooperative. So the projector is going to be back up in a moment, and then I'm going to go settings, trader keys, and I'll leave that up for a time, and I'll just click on buy. So those are the standard IFT trader keys. I'm just going to drag this across so that you can see, you can better see the detail. And going to buy with the bid. So, sorry, not buy with the buy the offer. There we go. Sorry, buy the offer. There we go. So those are the standard IFT hotkey settings, and they will, because it's a different platform, there might be slightly different hotkey combinations, but the commands will be the same. You will still be able to buy with the offer, sell to the bid, do stop market orders, and bid 3 cent, 1 cent under. All of that will continue. And again, anybody who wants to take a screen grab of that, by all means, feel free. So once again, I know I'm playing catch up on this. So existing personal stop loss. Robert, there will be no change to the parameters on. Oh, I see what you're asking. Sorry. Yes, let me say it like this. There will be no change to the standard parameters on any program. And once again, although I cannot answer categorically, given that Dr. Dan essentially runs Fast Track on his own, I would imagine that those any personal stop levels, so you're talking about daily shutdown limits, anything that has been personally agreed, I'm sure it will be doable. What I don't know is, I doubt they'd be programmed from day one. So what I suggest for Robert and anybody else who, and this is only for Fast Track traders, because everything else is standard on the prop accounts. Dr. Dan, if you email him to ask and to let him know what yours is in time, I have no doubt that will be the case. But during certainly the first, from the 8th to the 16th, I would not expect those personal limits to be there, because the trading record is not going to be recorded. So there's no issue with that. So thank you for that question, Robert. Great stuff. Alejandro, Sterling, like Fusion, in fact, like all professional direct market access platforms, are all PC based. So the question is, if you're asking, are Sterling going to produce a Mac iteration? No, they're not. But anybody who trades on a Mac can install virtual machine software and then install Windows 10 in the virtual machine and then run PC software on their Mac in the VM format. Theodore, I'm not sure if that's here it is here, let me repost. Did I get, let me check I got the right one. Fusion on install instructions, yes I did. Okay, great stuff. So let's see. So Alejandro, hope that answers your question okay. Bernard, sorry, if you could repost your question and I'll pick it up down below. Alberto, so from now on in Sterling, okay, Alberto, let me try to clarify what I think it is that you're asking. There is no trading in a Fusion platform that counts towards graduation. So you're saying, so from now on in Sterling, will my trades count for graduation, question mark? As I said, I'm in the Fusion Practice platform. Well, any trades you take in the Fusion Practice platform don't count towards graduation. So if you are in a Sterling Practice platform, they won't count towards graduation either. It is only trading that is done in a simulated mode prop platform that count towards graduation. I hope that clarifies, and if it doesn't, please ask again and help pick it up. Yeah, thanks, Ranjit. Yeah, the installer link is scheduled to be in the control centers tomorrow morning. Anthony, send me an email to, I'm going to repost the address. It'll appear at the bottom of the page. I know I'm playing catch up. Paul@ifundtraders.com, and please, in the subject line, please specify which links it is that you're requesting, because I'm not making any effort to retain memory of the various requests. So please be specific in terms of your emails to me asking for the links, and I will happily forward those to anybody who needs them. Roger, will there be a user manual? Yes, this is the link to the Sterling user manual. It is not the link to the NEIFT version, which will, it won't be a manual as such. It will be, when I, over time, put together a suite of platform training videos. I think, one second, let's see. That's the most recent, the most current information I have. I do think that there is a separate manual available, but you could Google for it and try to find it that way. So let's see where we got to. So Anthony, I hope that. Yeah, again, Anthony, if you could kindly just specify which links you need, I will happily send them to. So Kim, there on these are the standard IFT links. At this stage, I'm not going to repost mine because it would involve switching to a different layout, and I'm not going to do that for sake of time. Cesar, is there going to be a link? Yes, it should be in the IFT control centers tomorrow morning. Matt, the trading history will recommence on Monday, the 19th of October. So again, I'm not involved in my minutiae and the detail of this. So I would imagine that because we're going to be migrating to it tomorrow, that the record will pick up on the 19th. Thanks, Ranjit. Carmen, Monday suggested. Okay. I didn't hear Dan saying that, Carmen, so I thank you for the post, for the information. I don't know if he has a specific reason behind that advice, and as Bill has made crystal clear, likewise for my part, if Dan has said something and I say something contrary, then go with Dan. I'm going to be installing mine, I have to say. I have no reason for wanting to keep it, but if Dan has said don't do it, then by all means don't do it. But that was Monday when, you know, it may be that he had some doubts about when we might be able to get ready to go. I think it was Tuesday, if I recall correctly, that he got definitive, but I could be mistaken. So Carmen, thank you. If Dan says don't remove it yet, then you know, absolutely go with that. What I will say categorically is this: I will not install Sterling before I have uninstalled Fusion. So I'm not going to have them both sitting on my computer. I don't expect that there would be any issue with having them both, but it's just something I'm not prepared to do. Thanks, Carmen. Greatly appreciate that. Zay, Dr. Dan, the only one analyzer. Yes, it's Bill. Sorry, it's not. My apologies. It's Oliver and Dr. Dan. Do that. Nobody else. Thank you for the question. Marlon, that's a great question that I do not know the answer to. Ordinarily, the answer would be, think about this. Let me put it in these terms, Paula. Thank you for that question. Let's say, let's just pretend, let's go back 3 months. Let's just pretend that it's not going to be the 1st of November. Let's go back to the 1st of July. A new trader has joined IFT during June. They've been advised that they're going to get their platform login codes on the 1st of July. They do not get any time to trade on the platform and they don't get that break where their trading is not recorded. However, the reason for that is that there is not only is the platform all set up, and that there is a full suite of platform training videos. So ordinarily the answer would be no. I simply do not know, excuse me, please, the answer to that question, and therefore I would strongly encourage Paula that Paula, I don't want to suggest extra work for you and Andrea, but apologies, I'm going to. Rather than have hundreds of traders send questions to Dan with the same question, and hundreds of traders in the English room do that, I'm going to suggest that if traders have questions like that in the English room, that you please email me to paul@ifundtraders.com. And again, I'm asking Paula if you and Andrea would be willing to be able to collate questions so that so Dr. Dan is not getting swamped with literally hundreds, if not thousands of emails, all asking the same or similar questions. And I'll collate for the English room, and then I'll send one email to Dan with the list of questions, and then send the replies back to the appropriate traders who've asked the questions. Sorry to spring that one on you. It's just occurred to me. Excellent, Andrea. Thank you so very much for that. That's fantastic. So I will take that on board for the English language traders and Spanish traders. You have the structures there also. Thank you. I don't want traders simply multiple emails to Dan. He's absolutely up to his eyeballs, and it's far easier if moderators just collate and send, or the appropriate parties, and send one or two or three sets of questions as they unfold. So thank you for that. Let me see. Poor, I answered the question about Mac earlier on. I'm not sure if you heard it, but there's not going to be a Mac version of Sterling and a PC or Windows version of Sterling. There's going to be one version of Sterling. It's going to be PC-based software, and then Mac users can follow these instructions to prepare their Mac to be able to run PC software. It involves purchasing and installing virtual machine software and purchasing and installing a version of Windows 10 and then setting it up to run. Both Windows and the VM software suppliers have their own help desks that will help traders do that if they need to. Let's see, where am I at? So, poor, thank you. Miguel, that is what I initially said until Carmen had kindly pointed out to me something that I was unaware of, which Dan said he would not be uninstalling Fusion. So I'm going to revise and restate my advice to say that whilst it may not be uninstalled today, I am not installing Sterling until I have deleted Fusion completely from my computer. Yeah, happy to do that. Sorry, who had asked? Sorry, was that question? Thiago, understand, yes. Let me see what I missed. Yeah, Theodore, no problem at all. I'll happily do an uninstall at the back end of this session. So that'll be after 11 o'clock. Great question. Thank you. And Julio, I would suggest that it is a very good idea for traders, once you've taken your last trade on Fusion, which should have been last Friday, they should not have been trading on Fusion this week, to run a complete report. Yeah, I think that is a very good idea, just to have the record. Not that I expect there to be any issue. There never has been any issue in terms of migrating the trading records, but there's some preparatory work has been done to get it to the point where they will be ready to migrate those also. But having your own record, good idea. Melvin, yes, none of the trading parameters are changing. What has been so the parameters in training level are buying power of 50,000, maximum lot size at any one time of 500 shares, 5 lots, maximum daily loss of 300, maximum weekly loss of $600. None of that is changing. The methodology, the parameters aren't changing. It's only the platform that is changing. And Albert, I hope you just heard my response to the Mac questions. Any Mac with the correct virtual machine software and a current version of Windows 10 installed can run any PC software, but there won't be a Mac version of Sterling. Bill, that's a great question. I would, let me think. No, the reason you won't be able to install them into Sterling, your custom watch lists, is because, as I understand it, Sterling is only going to be available after Fusion is turned off. So that's a great suggestion, Bill. I would suggest you take screen grabs of custom watch lists, anything that is non-standard and traders, of course, can have and should have custom watch lists and other variables. So by all means, yeah, take the screen grabs. Absolutely. Let me see. Yeah, did those. Chris, thank you. Dana, oh, sorry, let's see. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Mohit, I'm not going, I cannot go into detail on that today, but I can give you this, which will answer your questions and will explain. Bear with me 1 second, folks. Oh, here we go. please remind me about the on-install demonstration when we get through 11, because I might be liable to forget. Sorry. Let's see, where are we at? Here we go. Okay, so that is the fast track program overview. Mohit, that will explain it all. And then any fast track questions go directly to Dan. His email address is included in that playback. Ranjit, thank you very much indeed. Yes. Chris, that's a great question. Jean-Luc, that's great because you won't need to utilize Fusion. So eventually there will be a detailed suite of platform training videos for Sterling. In the meantime, traders can check it out. Oops, sorry folks, apologies, sorry. That was careless on my part, sorry about that. Can check out this trading guide, this platform guide I should say, from Sterling. And we will be doing these exercises in this room every day, but from tomorrow to the 16th. Okay, let's see what else have we got. Jitender, you can, but if you encounter the platform issue that has really caused us to migrate away from Fusion, and you end up with a maximum daily loss, that loss will be recorded in your trading records and it will not be eliminated. I don't think that is a good risk-reward scenario. So you can at your own risk, but I would suggest it's not a good idea to do it. Garnett, certainly I'll repost the Fusion on install, and then once we clear the top of the hour, once the questions are answered, once the answers to the questions are complete, I will then just walk you through on the projector the on install process. I wonder, I think I have a video for that somewhere as well. So I'll take a look for that. There we go. No, it's not, Chris. Categorically, it is not. It is not the Sterling download link. It is a Sterling download link. It's not the same thing. You're not going to get the IFT Pro platform with its default set if you run that download link. So please do not. They are not the same thing. The link is going to be posted, the installer link for IFT traders is going to be posted into the IFT Control Center tomorrow morning. So thanks for posting, but please understand that the Sterling download link is not the IFT Sterling download link. It is a Sterling download link, not the download link. Holly, I'm going to the link has been posted that contains the instructions to do so. In fact, it might even be that video link. And then I'm going to do it just after 11 o'clock. Carmen, thank you. Perfectly put. That sums it up exactly. Michael, I really log into the platform to wait for email on Sterling. My understanding is that the installer link is going to be available in the IFT control centers tomorrow morning. And thank you, Brian. So hopefully that will help. Paula, thank you. Andrea, excellent. Thank you very much. Indeed, Michael, it is. Thank you, Carmen. Absolute pleasure, Brian. So let me see. It looks like I'm nearly, which is good. No, Terry, please email me to paul@ifundtraders.com and I will send you the link. The reason for that is if traders just use the Windows uninstall a program function, you will leave a lot of Fusion data on your hard drive. It needs to be manually deleted. So, I mean, you can do it, of course, but I found that it's simpler. It's easier to avoid conflicts by removing everything rather than hoping that there won't be any conflicts when new software is installed. So, 1 second, please. Okay, so please email me to paul@ifundtraders.com and again, kindly just specify the link that you need. Thank you, Vincent. It'll be easier. You can that document, Vincent, is called the Fusion DMA intro. It has the on install, and thank you very much indeed for that. Yeah, absolutely. So you can get it out of the documents folder in the DMA intro or in the Fusion on install instructions. Absolutely. I appreciate the suggestion. Thank you. I'm most grateful indeed. Again, Jesse, you can get it from the documents folder. In my experience, if the pop-up blockers are blocking them from downloading out of the room, go to the documents folder and try that. And then as a last resort, kindly email paul@ifundtraders. Thank you very much indeed. Julio, again, I can't say with certainty, but I'd be surprised if they weren't. But again, I don't know definitively the answer to that question. Andra, yes, there is a new IFT 100 list coming with Sterling. Imran, it should be available in the IFT control centers tomorrow morning for the download and install. Brian, it's called Sterling. Micah, it's not E-Trade Pro, sorry, taking that out. Thank you. It's Sterling. So we should. We should. Yeah, Garnet, I've got to, because Dr. Dan is not given the 100% definitive. This is it. He's hedged up to he's hedged the remaining 2.5% or thereabouts. So I'm doing exactly the same. Again, July. I don't know if we will or not. I can't say categorically. Therefore, I'm holding back on that. Thank you, Theodore. There's not going to be anything today, Jitender. It will be all focused on the new platform starting tomorrow. Walter, that's not going to happen. I appreciate the sentiment, but no, that will not happen. Jose, if you are trading with IFT and you are live on an IFT account, then this does not apply to you. None of this applies to you. If you're trading your own personal money whilst trading in an IFT program towards graduating the IFT account, then you will need to download and install the version that we're going to be getting hopefully tomorrow. Vishal, which link of Sterling are you referring to? The one that I've posted into the room? Because it can, and if you are, because it contains platform information, setup, training videos, etc., that traders can utilize, but do not try to install Fusion off of that link, please. Brian is, yes, they do. Yep. Anthony, documents folder, very bottom right-hand corner of the Omnovia room frame is where you will find, again, I'm going to just take a little screen grab of this so as you can see. So on the very bottom right side of the Omnovia frame, you won't see the tools. You will only see the file or the folder icon. Just click on that and it will, sorry, double left click on that and it will open it up for you. Great stuff. Thank you. Let's see. Great stuff. Thanks, Terry, for the update. Alfred, none have to be saved because there will not be access. There's no mechanism to transfer Fusion items into Sterling. Fusion will be shut down, I believe, as I understand it, before Sterling is active for IFT traders. And therefore, what I suggest is traders take screen grabs of their layout to help with building up the new layout. And I also suggest that if you have custom watch lists, just take a screen grab, manually enter those. The Fusion items, I'll be removing every reference to Fusion before the close of business today from the documents folders. There's no point in saving them because you're not going to have Fusion to work on, and what applies in those Fusion documents will be of no relevance to Sterling. Great question, Alfred. Thank you. Mary Appen, I cannot answer that. I have no idea. That was, Randall, that was back in the day when Kickstart was introduced. Before we got established with the complete range of programs, so Kickstart, Self-Start, Pro, and Master, when it was introduced, it got its own separate documents initially, and those will all be cleared out as well. Walter, I love the persistence. Can't fault you on that. Yes, it will, Jose. There will be no Fusion practice platform. They will become Sterling practice platforms. And Cesar is absolutely correct. Sean, right. There's a great question, Sean. Sorry, great comment. Thank you. You're absolutely right. And I mean, they will still be available from me via email, but we will. Yeah, that's great. Appreciate that, Sean. Thank you. Hadn't crossed my mind. Shang, I can't answer that question. If Bill is on the mic later today, he can answer. Because he knows the answer, and if not, next time he's in the room, Bill would be the person to ask about that. And Justo, 0.78 uninstall. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to demonstrate that's absolutely correct, and I'm going to demonstrate that once I get caught. I mean, it'll be around 11 o'clock if there aren't any other questions. It's let's use installing. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's no problem. Right, let me just deal with that just to avoid the confusion. I just had forgotten about those various options. So let's see. Okay. Melvin, based on what I heard Dr. Dan say in the room on Monday or Tuesday, the short answer is yes in the short term. And I can't define that because I don't precisely recall what his time parameters were. So in the short term, yes, but I can't make any further comment. Jose, that's a question I cannot answer at this time, but sorry, I cannot definitively answer at this time, but what I would say is this: given that they will have two separate logins, I would, and in other words, given that they are two separate accounts, I would have thought that would be possible, but I cannot say categorically, definitively at this time. So we'll find out in due course. Okay, so I'm delighted and very grateful for the volume of the questions that have flowed in this morning. And of course, we will continue with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change over this layout because I still don't want to lose this particular layout as yet. So kindly bear with me just a moment, folks, and I'll get a different layout up, and then I'll do the uninstall on that for demonstration purposes. And let me just let me check. It's the old, I mean, once documents are created, I'm generally not revisiting them, so I will need to check. And let me see if I can get it out of the documents folder. Oh, good. Okay, so so it wouldn't let me take it out of the room, but it was no problem getting it out of the documents folder. Okay, so let me see. Fusion uninstall. I can't remember. Okay, so that's printed. I wasn't sure that was a printed set of instructions or a link to a recording. So that's a printed set of instructions. Randall, sorry, probably answered that. Yeah, I did. So please ignore Kickstart. I will, when I get off the mic, I will be tidying up this list in the documents folder. Okay, so let me get a different layout up here. Excuse me, please. Let's see, Fusion. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to bring up a lab layout. Hoping it's going to load in a similar location. Let's see if it does. It does. Okay, great stuff. And let me just bring this down to here. Okay, so obviously,